on the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield. This is the Fight for Iowa podcast, brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy, proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Big Ten Conference. Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and Iowa Corn Promotion Board. You may think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Shields, we're right there with you in Des Moines, Sioux City, Iowa City, and Cedar Falls. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. This is the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
We've heard you, Hawk fans. Many of you that didn't have a chance to listen want to hear the post-game interviews from the Iowa victory over Illinois that clinched the Big Ten's West Division football title and a spot in the conference championship game Saturday, December 2nd at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. That's this week's Fight for Iowa podcast, courtesy of Shields, Athletico, UIHC, and Iowa Corn. We'll be back in a minute.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
Something big is happening. Introducing Hy-Vee Perks. Now, Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like fuel savings. Plus, save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Tide, H Perks price $9.97, and bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. Make the switch or sign up for Hy-Vee Perks and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
All right! Touchdown, Iowa!
Hawkeye fans, put on your black and gold and get ready to fight for Iowa.
Johnson gets the corner turn. He's heading for the end zone. 10-5, touchdown. Touchdown, Iowa.
There's one last road test for the Hawks as they travel to Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers. Join us Friday. Our coverage begins at 9 a.m. on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Iowa captured its third Big Ten West Division crown Saturday with a 15-13 win over Illinois. Tailback Caleb Johnson's 30-yard scamper off right guard with key blocks from Connor Colby, Mason Richmond, and tight end Johnny Pascuzzi was Johnson's third touchdown of the season and ninth of his career that put the Hawks ahead to stay.
Caleb Johnson, 10 rushing attempts, 53 yards, and 30 of the 53 on that beautiful touchdown run when he hopped through that hole and over right guard. It looked like a trap, like Rusty Feth got the kick out and Tyler got a seal inside. Caleb, I thought it was a huge hole. It wasn't that big. You did all the rest on your own.
Yes, sir. I just believed in him, and I just ran. I just said to myself, Caleb, run. And this is my chance to prove that I'm that guy. So
sounds like Forrest Gump there. Run, Caleb, run. and you ran. And there are those. If we had a vote, a lot of people would go with that 12-yard first down run. What was going on there? What was the call? Take us through that play that really sealed the deal.
Really, I just believed in my blockers, believed in my O-line, and I just ran my hardest out there because I know I only get a limited amount of carries in the game, so I wanted to make all my runs count. So this was the time, and it was the fourth quarter, so I could have sealed the game off. So I ran my hardest, and I sealed it off, and I got the first down. So I just can't thank my line enough. So.
Yeah, it was great because they were playing that deep safety all day.
All day, yep.
Yep, and he was there to make sure you didn't break that touchdown. And he didn't. He had an angle and couldn't even get there. He just waved bye-bye as you went by. So that really makes it feel great, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
He was back there to do what he couldn't do.
Caleb, what a great scene at the end when Illinois had the injury timeout. Mm-hmm. And it looked like 500 people surrounding Brian Ferentz, jumping up and down, giving him a hug. He got a Gatorade bath after the game, but we saw a lot of love in that moment.
Yeah, we all knew it was his last time running. We all kind of sad because at the end of the day, that's our coach, man. We love Brian, and he do a lot for us. And it just, I guess, the staff, the athletic people don't see it, so I guess they say they let him go. So it's kind of sad. So we cherish every moment that we had with him today. This is his last home game, and I love Brian Ferentz, man. I appreciate him. Nicely
said, and we're in that same huddle with you because Gary and I love him too, and we'll just see what happens after this. But, hey, now you've got to perform for 2 more games here before even bowl time. So, yep. So how's your body? You feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel awesome. Tomorrow I'm about to get in a little cold tub and chill out and recover and get ready for Monday. And it's all back to work over again. So I keep my head right, stay focused, and continue to achieve and continue to be successful and continue to proceed. So.
Thanksgiving in Lincoln, and then it's on to Indianapolis. And I know you're from Hamilton, Ohio. That's not too far from Indy. You'll have a lot of family looking for tickets over in that Big Ten championship game. You mentioned, you're very astute. I know I'm only going to get so many carries in a game. That running back by committee's worked pretty good. You, Lee Sean, now that you're healthy. Jazz Patterson has had his moments. The 2 freshmen, Kamari and Terrell. That position is pretty healthy for the foreseeable future.
Yep, that's what I was just saying there. Always telling people it's just like us 3. It's going to be a game for each one of us, or it's going to be all of our game. Like Wisconsin game, it was LaShawn's. Purdue game, it was mine. Iowa State, it was Jazz. It was just like a lot of mixture. And we the 3-headed monster, plus it's about to be like 7 of us. So we all the monsters now. Kamari coming up.
Monsters everywhere. I love that. And when you were prancing to the end zone there for the go-ahead touchdown, I had a flashback to Purdue last year, and just you're really coming out party, and hopefully there's many more of those ahead, huh?
Yep, for sure it is.
Once again, the Iowa defense more than held serve against a quality opponent. The Hawkeyes have given up 2 touchdowns in the last 5 games and 1 each in 9 of 11 games to date. And Joe Evans started the brawl with the Illini by forcing a safety on the first possession of the game and effectively ended the game with his 3rd pass breakup on 4th down and 2. Add in a sack, the 24th of his career, and tackle for loss, and you understand why the senior and former walk-on from Ames is so valuable.
Here comes lucky number 13 again. 4 tackles, 3 pass breakups, 1 sack, Iowa's only sack, and a tackle and a half for loss. That's a heck of a scorecard, young man. But I know the defense got it done collectively. Talk about how exhilarating the feeling is.
I mean, first and foremost, how about them Hawks, huh?
Oh, how about them Hawks?
How about them Hawks?
Collectively.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I couldn't be more proud. I'm sitting here, I'm about to start crying, I'm going to be honest with you. But, just thinking about the guys in that locker room, couldn't be more proud of them. We've battled through a lot of adversity this year, and, a lot of people counted us out, but every day we came in, we kept fighting, and it kind of showed out there at the game. It was a collective effort. We led in the score, and the offense goes down and scores a touchdown, and then we're able to get a stop and get off the field, and won the game. So, how about the Hawks?
Yeah, well, how about them Hawks? It's your last day in this house. That's something you'll never forget.
Senior day.
Yep.
It's something you'll never forget, and especially the friendship and the teammates that you have. Where everybody goes from here, they'll always remember this season, and the fans couldn't have been better today.
No, they really couldn't have been. They were, that's the loudest I've heard them, and, they're always loud, but, they were extremely loud, unlike that last series, so that was super helpful. Just talking about senior day, and just want to kind of shout out my parents. Really, when I was running out there, couldn't really look at them because I didn't want to start, bawling. But
that's okay.
Yeah,
tears are part of the emotion.
I know. Just had to get focused, and winning a game.
Sure.
But just shout out to them, and everything that they've done for me. Wouldn't be here without them. So.
You love mom and dad, no question
Absolutely.
about it. Take us through that last incredible sequence. Illinois calls timeout. you knew then that they were going to go for it when they lined up in punt formation. But even the play before that, I think it was back-to-back knockdowns. If that didn't show me how well schooled you guys are during the week on game planning and film study, nothing was more illustrative of that than not only that last series, but the last two plays. You got that you and YA were hip to hip. Take us through those two plays when Illinois called the timeout. You knew what was coming.
Yeah, so just the play before that, shout out to YA, and big credit to Coach Bell. That quarterback, great quarterback. Oh my gosh, he very impressed with him and against Indiana and tonight. But he I'm not sure how tall he was, but I know from
listed as
experience,
6 foot.
Yeah. From experience of playing quarterback, I'm not the tallest guy either. So I know if you get a hand up, it'll be tough. So YA got that first tip, and then they called timeout, and I think they we were in a pressure, and they went to empty. So obviously, he's not a big runner, so we knew he was going to throw it, and the ball had to get out quick. So I was able to hit my tackle and read. Kind of read his eyes, and then jumped up and was able to, get a hand on the ball, or guess my forearms. Still a little red, but hey, it is what it is, right?
That's what all that lifting pays off.
Exactly. But, that was just a huge play, and then, got the ball back to the offense. They were able to get a first down and able to run the clock out, which was huge.
Beautiful.
Well, that's a great, smart playing by everybody as the game went on, and I got to tell you that been through a lot of nail biters, but you'll always remember this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I mean, it's just such a great feeling. I'm going to be honest with you guys here, and back in high school, I've been close to winning a championship, and just to be able to finally seal that, at home in front of such great fans and do it with the guys on this team and the coaching staff. I mean, not a better feeling. Came back for a 6th year, and no place I'd rather be.
Are we glad you did? Joe is in the hunt for the Walk-On of the Year award in college football, and so well deserving. I mean, he's on scholarship now, but we are so glad you found your way from Story County to Johnson County, and lots of football left. On to another one of your favorite places, Lincoln, on Friday, and then Indy first week in December, and it has a lot to do with that Iowa defense and Joe Evans. But I'm sure even you smiled when Caleb broke through for that 30-yard score.
Oh my gosh, did I? What? So yeah, that was huge for him, and I'm just so happy for him, and just so proud of him. That was huge for us, and the first thought in my mind, when he scored, obviously I'm jumping up and down, but then you got to go back to reality, and it's all on us, all on the defense. So just really proud of the offense and the defense going out there and getting a stop.
That's the way you wanted it, right? On the defense.
Oh, come on. Come on, of course.
Especially with Cooper. Playing for Cooper, at least in a small way. Was he in the locker room after? I know he was down there, but
yes, he was.
Good deal.
Just talk about him for a little bit. I mean, what a tremendous young man. I've been fortunate enough. We were Hawkeye championship captains this year, and just was able to spend a lot of time with him, and just the values that he has, and just how great of a player and just great of a person he is. There's no one in that locker room that wanted to be out on that field, more than Cooper, but he's just been a tremendous teammate, helping out the guys. Had surgery yesterday, so, and then being able to come back and be in the locker room, be here for the guys to see him and help out was tremendous. And, I'll never forget that, and just how great of a guy he is.
Well said, Joe, our Old Dominion best in the game. Thanks for your time, not only today, but another visit in our post-game show, and hopefully we have a couple more.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure.
Joe.
With Cooper DeJean injured and out for the rest of the season, Illinois went after the Iowa corners, Jamari Harris and Deshaun Lee. Both more than held their own. Harris registered 8 tackles and 4 pass breakups.
That's a pretty good menu, Jamari. You wanted to be challenged, and you answered the bell today.
Yes, sir. I say the most important stat is that W, though.
Oh, you got that right. You can chuckle about that. It took a while to get it. It took a while to get the lead, but offense, defense complementing the offense complementing you guys right back. 13 pass breakups for the Iowa defense today. That has to be a record. I don't ever remember that many. But talk about the coverage plan for regardless of what quarterback you faced.
The plan was to just go out and do what we had to do by any means necessary. We knew that they had a good offense coming in, and that we was going to have to get our hands on the ball. Unfortunately, we didn't have any interceptions today, but like you said, we had the 13 pass breakups, I think, to help get the ball back in the offense's hands. The last first down.
Oh, that was huge.
That was. I couldn't put into words how I felt when I see that. That was even the touchdown. Then they got the first down. They got the touchdown. Then they got the first down, and I was like, "Is that it?"
That's it. You don't have to go back.
We don't have to go back out.
How about the huddle up around Brian Ferentz to take the 5-yard delay a game, and you don't have to run another play?
Yes, sir. It was a great night, and Coach Ferentz has been through a lot. We've been through a lot as a team this year, and I think that just is a testament to our resilience and who we are as a team. We're gonna keep fighting, keep clawing until that bell rings at the end.
Well, Jamari said, Podolak, I am so happy for the whole team, but for the fans, too. Wouldn't it great for us to finish this off with all 70,000 fans still here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On a beautiful day that turned into a beautiful night.
Isaiah Williams, he's a tough cover. You were bumping him nose to nose all day long. He was giving you fits at times, but you kept him in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he had the one big play in the first half, correct?
Yes.
I know Sebastian Castro did a great job staying in front of him. Our game plan was just keep him in front of us. I know where he's at. He was at all times because he's a great player for them. And we got the job done today.
You sure did. We were talking, Ed and I were talking about at the end of the game, hugs and kisses for everybody down on the field. And I noticed Phil Parker and Seth Wallace just trotting up the tunnel, heading back to the locker room. No big deal. Another diamond day for the Iowa defense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another diamond day for the Iowa defense.
I mean, we know what he's like as a defensive coordinator. He's your position coach. What makes Phil Parker so unique?
Our standard. Every day we come in the building, our standard is as high as it could be. Anything less than perfection, it's not good enough. But even though perfection cannot be attained, we try to get as close as possible.
Talking with Jamari Harris, our Old Dominion best of the best, courtesy of Old Dominion Freight Lines. One more question for you. How sweet is this for you personally? You missed all of last year, most of all of last year, and you battled back, you rehabbed, and here you are, Big Ten West Division champions in the last year for the Big Ten West Division. How satisfying is that for you?
As you said that, butterflies in my stomach, because we've been through so much. Not even just me personally, us as a team. It's not a group of guys I would have rather done it with. I love these guys, all 125 of us. All the coaches, we all stuck together when everyone counted us out, and they still might count us out, but it doesn't matter because we love each other. We're going to continue to go in between those lines and battle for each other.
Harris and the Iowa defense broke up 13 Illinois passes when all was said and done. I'll have more on this week's Fight for Iowa podcast after this brief pause.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
Hey, Hawkeyes fans, it's time to gear up for the season, so let's do it right. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Shields has everything you need to show your Iowa pride. Visit our fan shop online or in-store for the biggest and best brands in the game. You'll find the right gear to level up your team spirit with all the essentials for your pregame parking lot party. Shields, proud partner of Iowa athletics and football fans everywhere.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. with no prescription or referral needed. Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Iowa football cataloged its 9th win of the season Saturday for the 10th time under head coach Kirk Ferentz. Afterwards, our Rob Brooks sat down with Caleb Brown, the freshman wide receiver who had a game-high 7 catches for 71 yards, and quarterback Deacon Hill. Hill completed 19 of 29 passes for 167 yards and a touchdown to tight end Addison Ostringa.
Caleb, it seemed early in the ballgame this offense was clicking, especially that first drive. How much confidence does it give you when that happens, and then the ability to make tough catches and yards after catch?
Yeah, definitely. It was. I would say it was a huge confidence booster. Just getting in there and getting the feel for our opponents. Just seeing how they roll and then getting back to the sideline, talking about what we've seen and everything like that. So it just gives us huge confidence. I would say we came off the field with definitely confidence, knowing that we can come back and capitalize off of what we've seen. So,
well, you're certainly used to playing in close games, and you know that's the way it's going to be in the Big Ten and November. Does that help the confidence, help the playmaking ability, especially in the second halves of tight games?
Oh yeah, definitely. What happened in the first half definitely translated to the second half. Like I said, just seeing what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Just seeing different coverages and seeing the way that these guys are playing us. And it's really come down to the coaching. I mean, the coaches they put us in a position to do what we needed to do. And like I said, here we are. Definitely the beginning impacted the second half. Gave us a whole bunch of confidence.
You feel the crowd. You feel the fans' energy out there.
Yeah, it was funny. I seen something about somebody said the crowd was our 12th player, but yeah, definitely. I'm definitely feeling the crowd. Get up, throw the hands up, and everything like that. I'm definitely feeling them, especially on the defensive side. They're cheering on the defense, so it's a great feeling to just look back and see all of those people just cheering for us.
What was the feeling on that final drive when Caleb Johnson got into the end zone, just knowing that you had to get into the end zone?
It's interesting. So I know a lot of people could probably relate to this, but we never really know how it's going to work, but it happens to work. And, just the way we bring our effort and finish strong, it was just great to finally celebrate. You know what I mean? Being a last home game here with all the seniors and everything like that, it's all just coming full circle. Just to see all the seniors put a smile on their face and even getting emotional about it, it was just great. It was great. I probably cheered it up with everybody. So, it was a great feeling.
Obviously, after the game on the field and in the locker room, is that just what makes all of this so much fun and memories for years?
100%. We go in with these guys, blood, sweat, and tears every day. It could be a day where a guy don't even, may not feel like doing it, but, we do it because of the guy next to us. And I think that's the most important thing and what brings us together in a brotherhood. So, just to be able to pour it all out on the field and leave it there is just great. You know what I mean? Come back to our regular lives and, just pat each other on the back.
And to be able to get another game in Indianapolis to play in that's what it's all about too, right? Keep it going.
Yeah, we definitely focus on the next though.
Deacon, the starts, especially the last 2 weeks, have been very impressive, and you made some terrific throws and then some really tough catches by your wide receivers. Then they're able to get yards after catch. Talk about the importance of that and just from a confidence standpoint for the entire offense going forward.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just me giving them a chance. We talk about it as a two-way street. I got to give them a chance, and then they got to help me out sometimes. It goes both ways. But I'm lucky to have those guys around me. They do a great job of that. Nico, Caleb, Addy especially, all of them, they do a great job of helping me out. But yeah, I think it's just a big momentum booster and confidence, going into the following weeks, knowing that we can make those two-way street throws.
And then you've got that last drive, pretty much knowing you somehow, some way, got to get into the end zone with the punt return. How much did that kind of set things up to finally give you guys some really good field position?
Yeah, Caden Weege, I call him Weege, but he did a great job. He did a great job with that punt return, and then the focus of the offense of that drive was just one play at a time. One play after the next, let's keep this thing moving. And, we knew at some point something was going to break. Just happened to be, K2 breaking through the hole.
Obviously, every down's important, but what is it, especially in those situations, about third down, making sure you can move the chains in a tough situation?
Yeah, I think third down conversions are just momentum. Keeps the momentum going. It's able to keep your defense off the field. And when you just keep getting third down after third down, it starts to wear on the defense a little bit. So I think that's the most important thing.
Since you took over until now, what has it been about the growth of this offense?
I think it's just been each week growing. They were used to Cade for the first 4 weeks, and I had to hop in there, and we had to adjust to each other. For me personally, it was just maturing, being the guy that the team needs. And I think for the rest of the offense, it was just growing, knowing you have a different guy back there at quarterback, and just seeing how they can help me out, and just keep moving this thing forward each and every week.
Well, you got your 2023 West Division champions hat on, and as far as the locker room scene afterward, is that what just makes sports so incredibly great?
Yeah, as Coach Ferentz said, to the victors go the spoils, and it's just an unreal feeling, especially what this team has been through. Just to be able to come back and do this, I'm extremely prideful to be a part of this team. I couldn't be more grateful to be a part of this team. It's a great group of guys, and they all deserve this. So I'm just lucky to be here.
Deacon, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Coach Kirk Ferentz joins the Fight for Iowa podcast after this timeout.
More of the Fight for Iowa podcast after this.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Now back to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
With the victory over Illinois, Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz surpassed Michigan's Bo Schembechler for third place all-time in career wins at a Big Ten institution. Ferentz's total of 195 trails only Amos Alonzo Stagg's 199 and Woody Hayes' 202. Of course, none of that matters to Ferentz, who's piloted his team through turmoil, turbulence, tension, and tumult. Hawkeye football's guiding light was saddled with more than his fair share of key injuries to personnel, a sports wagering investigation of several players, and the announcement on October 30th that his son and offensive coordinator Brian Ferentz would not be retained after this season.
Generally speaking, congratulations. Your third West Division championship, the Hawks' third West Division championship, and none sweeter than this one given all the hurdles you've had to climb this year, especially on offense.
Yeah, no question. First of all, I appreciate you guys hanging in there. We've been gone for a while.
We can ad-lib with the best of them. We're getting a little worn out here. Ed
well, we knew the traffic was still out there because everybody stayed till the last minute.
Love it.
No, we'll wait for you all night if we have to. But yeah, that. just your general thoughts before we talk particulars.
Just extremely happy for everybody. Our coaches, most importantly, our players. They're the guys out there competing, doing the work. And, just the way they've stuck together. 2 months ago, things weren't looking so great. So Rosie coming out of State College, but these guys never flinch. They just stay together. They care about each other an awful lot. And they've just kept chipping away and kept getting better. And so we're certainly a better football team than we were at the end of September. And but most importantly, just the way they've persevered. And tonight was representative. There's nothing easy out there tonight. We knew that. And, everybody just kept believing and kept pushing, and just so proud of the way they finished the game.
And that's the way each one of them talks when we interview them, is that the fellowship that everybody has, and what a better way to end the season at Kinnick than what happened here tonight.
No question. It's really special to do it at home. That's really significant, and great to do it in front of our fans. They've been great all season long. So that part was all good. And, just, again, the way these guys – and that's the beauty of team sports. You get so many guys involved here, and everybody just, as the season went on, the years going on from January till now, they respect each other, people have for each other. And, this is when you find out who's who and what's what. And this one was a full 60 minutes, as we know. So I can't say enough about the caliber of young people we get to work with. And I was thinking about this morning when I was out walking, it's really no different than it was in '81. That's what I walked into as a young guy who didn't know anything about anything, and just impressed with the kind of players we have here. And it hasn't changed a lot, and it just that's the fun part about all this stuff is the quality of the people.
You've told us often this year with all the injuries on the offensive side of the football that, look, we're going to stay committed to the run. There's going to be some ugly plays out there, but we're going to stay committed. And how beautiful was that touchdown run by Caleb Johnson? That nothing ugly about that one.
Yeah, well, we had a few ugly ones before it, and, but that they're a front that they've got a 5-man front, some big physical guys up front, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy. But can't say enough about the patience and the play calling. Just calling a really smart game and giving ourselves a chance to maybe do something good, and would have been easy maybe to do something else at that point, but stuck with the run a little bit, and our line's improved, our backs have improved, and so good to see Caleb do that. He's been practicing well, not playing as much maybe, but practicing well. Never got his chin down at all. Kept improving, and really, I think a fitting reward for him for the way he's practiced the last couple weeks. So. Couldn't come at a better time. And, one thing about the way they play defense, if you can break through there, and that's a trick because they always got that extra guy, but you break through there, you got a chance for a home run just kind of like you did against Purdue. So, it came at a great time. And, just then the defense going out and getting that last stop was just, picture perfect.
Well, you talk about running capabilities. How about Deacon Hill's scramble for a first down?
How about that?
I mean,
that might be the play of the game.
Have you had
outside the touchdown?
I was going to say, have you had him running steps and stuff, or whatever? Because he really took off there.
Yeah, and as you well know, that's a big asset if you can get a guy who can pull it down and make a first down. Keeps things, really honest. But yeah, it hasn't been easy for him. But I can't say enough about the way he stuck with it. He's been a tremendous young guy. He's got a great attitude, practice as well. Great, just a lot of good things. And he made some tough throws tonight. So, real team effort. And, really, that was a big play for us, no doubt about that.
How about the other Caleb? I mean, he gives you a different speed element, but I'm so impressed with his hands. You get anywhere near him, and he's going to stab that ball and put it away and gain yards. What an impressive performance he's had since Northwestern, but he's been getting better every week, too.
He has, and it's just, again, it's representative football, I think. He high school running back. I have no idea how much he practiced last year, or what he was asked to do there, because they got a bunch of guys that were in front of him. So this is the first year probably where he's really been coached a little bit maybe, and just and he's so much better now than he was 2 months ago, and it's kind of representative of our team, I guess. If you go out and work at it and take the coaching you're getting and just keep working, good things happen. He came up huge last week, came up big again, and. I don't want to speak for him, but I think he's having a lot of fun right now and starting to realize, this is pretty good. And, I know we feel the same way. It's fun to see him, really start to get some confidence.
How about the cat and mouse game at the end? Brett is going to punt the ball, calls the timeout. You knew what was coming after that.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to throw it. We didn't know if it was run or pass. I guess maybe it did because that's what they've been doing. But I don't know if we knocked down 2 balls or 3 balls on that last possession, but that was huge, and it was a good time to start getting our hands up there.
It was 2, Coach, as I remember. But
good time to do that because the quarterback's a hell of a player. He's not the tallest guy in the world, and it came out pretty good. So when that last one got knocked down, that was a good feeling.
The end when the injury timeout. And we're waiting for that snap clock to start. Illinois is out of timeouts. And I look down and I see about 150 people, all of them players, encircling Brian and jumping up and down and hugging him. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, it was a great moment. We have an outstanding coaching staff here, and it's easily the best part of my job are the players I work with and the guys I work with every day in the building. So a lot of guys committed to doing things right. And, there's been enough commentary and all this and that. But it just, I think, if you want to judge anything, just look how the players are reacting towards whomever it may be, or might be the entire staff. And what our team has done this year, it doesn't happen by accident. That's takes special people at both ends. So, it was a really good moment, certainly. And I'm sure he felt good about that. But, I see it every day. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we're all in this together, and that's really the bottom line. And that's been our approach all the way through. And then, a little bit more negativity. I guess it got amped up a little bit after the loss before the bye week. And, it is what it is. So you deal with it, and you pull together, or else you quit. And clearly our guys didn't quit. So it's just really, I can't say how proud I am of everybody.
No quitting the head coach either.
Nah.
Hey, congratulations.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Going to take a little more than that to get me down.
Hey, just keep your eye on me.
I'm not teeing you up on that. I didn't mean to go that way. I'm talking about you got a game left. You got a couple games left in this season.
Yeah, we may just pull the NFL and just rest all of our starters next week. What the hell?
Division clinched. Congratulations, Coach.
What the hell? So we'll see.
And the fans. The fans.
Yeah. Fans have been great.
Yeah. They.
Hopefully they don't take the week off.
No, they won't. Many of them will make that trip out to Lincoln.
Yeah, and you got to play on Friday.
Love it. Yeah. This time of year, that's a good thing. It really is.
You bet. Thanks, Kirk.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Kirk Ferentz has now coached 312 games at Iowa. The number 312's meaning is thought to be a confidence boost, a reminder to trust in yourself and use your creativity to make your dreams come true. That's this week's special edition of Fight for Iowa. I'm Gary Dolphin. Thanks for tuning in, and go Hawks.
You've been listening to the Fight for Iowa podcast. Hawkeye fans, remember to hit the subscribe button on your favorite podcast app. Once you become a Fight for Iowa podcast subscriber, you'll automatically receive the latest episodes of the Fight for Iowa podcast, the Hawkeye Women Rise podcast, Hawk Talk replays, exclusive game content, and more. Until next time, on Iowa, and go Hawks! The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.